But a lot of the whaling wives went with their husbands, and they went down around Cape Horn and went up to Hawaii and stayed in Hawaii while their husbands went north for the winter. I had an aunt who did that, Aunt Lucy. She was 4 years at sea, and her little boy was 4 years old when they left New Bedford. She was the captain's wife, and she made a home for her husband and the little boy. She sailed out of New Bedford and went across to the Azores and down along the coast of Africa, and then across to Robinson Crusoe's cave in South America, and down around Cape Horn, and up on the other side of Cape Horn, and went to the consulate house in Chile, and then up to Hawaii. And she carried her organ with her. And because she played for the king in the Hawaiian Islands, he let her wear his feather cape. And she stayed in Hawaii while her husband went north for the winter. But the companies wouldn't let the wives go north. They had to stay in Hawaii. She could navigate as well as her husband. I imagine it must have been her husband who taught her. On board, she conducted a Sunday service, and she had her organ, so she had music for the people on board. And they used to, well, she called it, now let's see, they stood off and on. That's the way she worded it, stood off and on for the Sunday service. They didn't steam ahead and continue. They just, well, as near as I can figure in thinking about it, they must have sort of anchored so many miles offshore for her Sunday service.
And so do you remember her well? Did you know her
Oh,
well?
yes. Yes, she didn't die till I was, between 20 and 30, somewhere in there.
Did people think that she was special because she'd been on the whale ship, people in the vineyard?
Oh, I don't think so, because other captains' wives were doing the same thing.
Well, you have quite a few things that she brought back on her journeys.
Well, that teapot and so forth, that was her first set of dishes, and she took them with her around Cape Horn. And then there's the teapot, sugar bowl and cream pitcher, and 2-3 little cup saucers. And the red tray up there is something else that she brought home. And that chair over there is something else that was hers, that spindleback chair. She went down along the coast of South America and went to Robinson Crusoe's cave, Aunt Lucy did, and she got ferns and things from the cave, and she brought them home. But her daughter-in-law didn't like all this mess. She called it junk. Every time Aunt Lucy came down to see my mother, Maud threw out everything that she thought she could get dispose of. She'd stay 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever she wanted to, and then she'd go back. But she always found that her daughter-in-law, Maud, had thrown out some of her things when she wasn't there.